Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about this Rolex Explorer 2 16570, which some people like to call the Polar Explorer 2. This particular watch is the 40 millimeter version, which came out before they increased the size to 42 millimeters. This watch has some interesting points, one mainly being that it actually is one of the first Explorer 2s that they made. It's from about 1990 to 1991. And the interesting thing about that is it actually has a tritium dial. And as some people may know, tritium dials will patina over time. And it's difficult to capture on camera, and I'll try and get some photographs afterwards. But you can see that the hands and the hour plots have went to a nice creamy color if you compare them to the white dial. And it looks much more pronounced on the wrist, I find, and in photographs. But you can certainly appreciate it here as well, a nice even slight cream patina on the video. This particular watch is an N serial. That's how I know it's from 1990 to 1991, because back then Rolex, every year they would have a different letter for their serial number, and you can find those charts online if you're curious. And then after 2010, they just switched to random serial, so it was no longer possible after 2010 to determine the actual year of a watch based on the serial. Some interesting things about this watch. It comes with the original Rolex box. It is the original box and the head of the watch only. The original owner misplaced the papers and the bracelet that came with the watch. I did go out of my way to find some interesting straps here and order them online there last week to see which straps I thought might look the best on this watch. So I'm just going to take a minute to arrange the watch and the straps together and kind of move the camera. So hopefully you can get an idea of what these straps look like on video. So here we have a nice green textile and brown leather strap, which I think looks quite nice. Just take a minute to set up the next strap here. And next we have a nice, I want to say, reddish brown leather strap, which I find complements the watch very well because the reddish brown color of the racing strap matches to the red GMT hand on the watch. No, it's not. I just laid the strap in there, so it's not a perfect fit, of course. But I think that one will look very nice. And last here, I picked up a brown, I guess you would call this a bund style strap, just for something different, a bit of a unique look. And I will have photos taken later with all these straps on the wrist and with spring bars attached, so you can get a better appreciation for what they look like. And yeah, I thought all those straps presented some great options for daily wear, so I added them to my cart, and I actually picked those up from pairandwatchparts.ca here in Canada. So I'd just like to take a minute to show you the condition of the case of the watch, because it is 30 years old and it does have some dings and little marks on it, that's for sure. So I will just try and show the condition for a minute and not say much, but if I see anything to point out, I'll certainly point it out. I would say this watch has probably been polished at some point in the past, but it's not a bad polish job. You can see a few little marks here to the case back. And this is more of a shine to the metal. That's not any damage right there. And I want to take the time to mention that the serial and the 16570 on the lug sides are very clearly visible, so that's always nice. And last but not least is the bezel. There is some nicks to the bezel, most notably there is a spot here to the left of the 24, which is a little bit of a ding. And there is, as the watch is 30 years old, it's not uncommon for these bezels to have a little bit of damage. And some of these numerals, like the 12 and the 14 here, have lost some of the black color to the numerals, which is a little bit difficult to show. But you can see these numerals up here are they have much more of the original black in there than some of these down here have a little bit of black missing. And if you wanted to, you could get this bezel replaced if you really wanted to and keep the original bezel as well. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be sure to post some pictures on the straps as well. Thanks, bye.